You know that feeling, right? When you've been practicing a piece of music over and over, and then suddenly it just clicks? That amazing moment of accomplishment when you can finally truly say to yourself,
Yes, that. That powerful little phrase is pretty much the whole point of any learning journey, isn't it? It's the destination we're all aiming for. And today, we're going to talk about the exact place where that moment is supposed to happen.
okay, so let's get right into it. We're talking about something called the Achieve Zone. And in a nutshell, it's the space specifically designed to create that I can moment. Now, here's the most important thing to get about the Achieve Zone. It is not a classroom. You're not there to learn new stuff. Think of it more like a stage. It's a performance space where students get to show off all the skills they've been working so hard to master. It's all about personal achievement. And you know the old saying, right? The proof is in the pudding. I mean, you can practice scales and theory all day long, but the real test, the proof, is when you put it all together in an actual performance. The Achieve Zone, well, that is the pudding. And get this, the whole idea is baked right into the design. If you look at the icon for the zone, it's got a little graduation cap on it. And that's not just for looks. It's there to symbolize that you've successfully finished a whole level of study. It's a great little visual for that feeling of completion. So, how do you even get to this point? Well, this isn't some random final exam. It's the grand finale, the culmination of everything that came before. It's where all that theory finally becomes real. Practical application. Think of the Achieve Zone like a big synthesizer. It takes all the separate skills and bits of knowledge you've picked up from all the other zones, from the find zone, the build zone, create, grow, all of them, and it blends them together into one single amazing performance. And this is where the magic really happens. All those hours you spent on the technical stuff, the drills, the exercises, they finally pay off. This is where the mechanics turn into music. It's where pure technical skill just blossoms into something genuinely expressive and artistic. Okay, so we get it. It's a performance showcase. But how does it actually work? What does a student have to do to prove they've got the skills and are ready to move on? The whole system is really designed to be empowering. It's not some rigid, scary, one-size-fits-all test. It gives you a really clear roadmap for success, but it also leaves a lot of room for a student to kind of lead their own journey. So let's talk numbers for a second. To officially complete this zone and get that awesome I can feeling, there's a clear target. A student has to show they've mastered at least 7 different skill areas, or foci. And of course, if they want to tackle more than 7, they get even more credit for it. Now, looking at the bigger picture, where does this fit in? Well, to move up to the next level of study, students have to complete a minimum of 4 zones total. The Achieve Zone is usually one of them, but this structure is what really gives them ownership over their own learning path. And that flexibility is absolutely key. It means a student can always go back and work on a zone they might have skipped earlier. It lets their learning journey grow and change with them, creating this really cool, personalized path to true mastery. All right, so we've covered the what and the how. But let's get super specific. When we talk about mastery in a level 1 performance, what are we actually talking about? What does it look like? Let's pull back the curtain a little bit. What specific skills is a student putting on display when they step into that final performance? Okay, so this table lays it all out. It's a set of really clear, concrete skills. For example, focus number 1 is pretty straightforward. Can you play a piece with the right notes for this level? But then look at focus 5. That's about using dynamics, playing loud or soft. Or focus 10, which is about following repeat signs correctly. It's all very specific. So, to put it another way, a great level 1 performance isn't just about hitting the right notes. It's about showing a whole range of musical understanding, from using dynamics to create feeling, to correctly reading things like pauses and repeat signs. It's the whole package. So as we wrap this up, it's so important to remember that the Achieve Zone is designed to be way more than just a test. This is what it's really all about. It's the validation. It's that incredibly satisfying moment where a student can look back on all their practice and actually see and hear the results. It is the ultimate payoff. At the end of the day, yeah, it's a great way to assess progress, but its real power is in building confidence. Because when you successfully pull all these different skills together, you're not just proving it to a teacher, you're proving it to yourself. And that builds a kind of deep, lasting confidence that's just priceless. And that brings us to one last thought. The achieve zone is a really powerful idea in music, but honestly, it applies everywhere. So think about your own goals, musical or otherwise. What's that final performance, that proof is in the pudding moment that you're building towards? What is your I can moment?